everyone listening this is kind of like a golden piece of advice from you, just to get to that HR filter. If you want to reach their inbox, this is what you need to do.
So I recently sat down with someone really interesting, Abhay. He's an HR professional at a top design consulting firm and he's an alumni of XLRI. Now, Abhay isn't just an HR guy. He has been in the trenches working closely with engineering teams, hiring fresh grads and guiding experienced pros and really understanding what makes someone stand out in the engineering design industry. We talked about a lot, from what a new engineer should be doing to get their foot into the door to how experienced engineers can keep growing, stay relevant, and move up in their careers. Honestly, if you are even thinking about a career in design engineering or you're already in it and wondering what's next, you're going to love this one. So let's jump into the conversation.
Okay, so I'm really excited to welcome here Abhay with us. So Abhay, let me first go over his background. He has 16 years of experience with hiring people from infra backgrounds, and he has an MBA HR from XLRI. Actually, he is a post-grad student of XLRI, and he has done it in human capital leadership. So definitely a great background to look here. And I really want to welcome you here on SourceCAD, Abhay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks, JP. Thanks for your invitation, and it's
yeah,
nice speaking with you.
yeah.
I have heard from many of our colleagues and you can say a few of engineers about your channel. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so as I was also curious to know that how you are
Hmm.
dealing, and it's totally new thing because we have seen that people are using
Hmm.
YouTube and these channels to create the fun elements, but
Hmm.
the technology and you are using it for your engineering passion and design also. Okay, and
Hmm.
spreading awareness. It's really I am happy to know it.
Thank you so much, Abhay. So yes, Abhay. So I mean, the reason why I really wanted to speak with you is because I mean we have several questions, actually burning questions from students who really want to understand what they need to get into engineering, especially if they are civil engineers, electrical engineers, mechanical engineers, and they want to go into the design industry. So what are they just supposed to do? They are very much confused. So I have a few questions for you. Maybe I'll start with the first one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know you from Rambol. I mean, we worked together there, and I mean, after that, you have worked for 8 years in WSP. So, you have really immense experience with HR thing that you do, hiring people.
Mhm.
So, also, I would like to know if, apart from Rambol and WSP, any other company that you've worked for.
Yeah, so I have completed my MBA in year 2005, and
Hmm.
from year 2006 onwards, I am working with the infrastructure design firm. I started my career with domestic business. It was the Feedback Ventures.
Hmm.
So I have started in Delhi. Then I have worked with them with the several years. Then I joined a company called Aegis India. It was a
Okay.
French MNC. Then
Hmm.
ICT. It was
Hmm.
also a very renowned domestic infrastructure consulting engineering company. And
Hmm.
after ICT, I joined Rambo, and
Hmm.
from last 8 years, I'm working with the WSP. So from the all the core would be infrastructure engineering design firms,
Hmm.
and starting you can say 7 years is with domestic business, and from the
Hmm.
last 9 years, nine and a half years is from our global design centers. So
Okay.
yeah.
So, okay, so what sort of projects I mean, these companies are handling? I mean, if we just talk about WSP, because
Yeah,
you're
I
working
will
with.
I will start with the domestic companies. Okay,
Hmm.
from where I have
Hmm.
started
Yeah,
my
sure.
career.
Hmm.
So you can say almost at present 60 or 65% engineers and the technicians are working with domestic business. Okay,
Hmm.
so they are basically working in 4 or 5 domain. Uh, the major would be highways, It's
Mm-hmm.
either a national highways or the state highways. So those
Mm-hmm.
companies are taking the project of either PMC projects or engineering design projects or the construction supervision projects from the
Mm-hmm.
national highway, from the state highways, and they
Mm-hmm.
are delivering those projects. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Second, after highways, it would be the metro and the railways. Then
Mm-hmm.
projects related with the water
Mm-hmm.
irrigation, drainage, and
Mm-hmm.
there are part of the buildings also. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so these are
Mm-hmm.
the, you can say, major core areas of the business from
Okay.
these organizations. So these domestic companies are taking projects from the either from the government of India or
Mm-hmm.
from the different public sector undertakings or
Mm-hmm.
from the state governments. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they are delivering those projects and they are achieving their milestones and they are submitting all their deliveries to the government and they are getting the payments, and
Okay.
accordingly this cycles is working.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, that's really a great insight. Actually, most of the things that you mentioned, I never knew that this existed and this used to work like this. All right, so let's go to the next, question here. I mean, let's say someone is already engineer, and I'm talking about they have a bachelor degree in civil
Mhm,
engineering,
mhm.
and they're working on site. They're taking care of the road related projects. Now they decided to go to the design aspect of it. Now, what are they supposed to do? What you would suggest them to do to get into that?
First thing is that nowadays many companies are discouraging that ki after BTech you can join as a design engineer in any organization.
Okay.
You can say all major organization is asking for the masters because
Okay.
BTech civil engineering is the baseline of the engineering. Okay,
Okay.
you
Mm-hmm.
need a specialization if you want to go in the structural engineering,
Mm-hmm.
structural engineering designing for the
Mm-hmm.
buildings or designing for the bridges. Then you
Mm-hmm.
require a master's in structural engineering. if
Okay.
you if you want to go in the highway design field or
Mm-hmm.
transportation planning, then you require the masters in the MTech in transportation engineering or MTech
Okay.
in the highway engineering. In the same way,
Okay.
if you want it's in the water, then it would be in the water resource engineering, okay, or
Okay.
environmental engineering. So
Mm-hmm.
first thing is that if anyone wants to start their career, they must do their masters in their
Okay.
you can say interested field. So might
Okay.
be anyone would be interested for the structurals or the highways or the water,
Uh-huh.
or if
Mm-hmm.
anyone is taken a degree as a BR, okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to go in the planning side, so they must be go through the masters in the planning degree, okay, urban planning, regional planning, city planning, those kind of the specializations are there available.
Okay.
So first
Mm-hmm.
thing would be that if they have just if they just completed their BTech, will suggest that just go for a master's degree, take a master degree. So normally at present, if we are hiring every year graduate engineers, somewhere 100,
Mm-hmm.
120. So you can
Mm-hmm.
say almost 90% engineers we are taking as a graduate engineer, as a fresh engineer, as a master's. Okay,
Masters. Okay.
it's
Mm-hmm.
mandatory. Okay, suppose
Mm-hmm.
anyone has started his career 3 4 years
Mm-hmm.
back and he's
Mm-hmm.
working as a BTech civil engineering in the highway engineering field. Okay, highway construction
Mm-hmm.
supervision, and he wants to come down as a design
Mm-hmm.
engineer, highway design engineer. Okay, so first thing he needs to learn the basic softwares. Okay, in
Mm-hmm.
highway design nowadays the basic software is the Civil 3D. Earlier it
Okay.
was MX Road. Okay,
Okay.
then for sometimes for a few countries working on the inroads or the Nova
Davis
Point.
works.
Yeah, Navy's work it's limited to use. Okay, but
Okay.
when we talk about the highway design, it's mainly with nowadays with the Civil 3D. Okay,
Okay.
so they must learn Civil 3D. Okay,
Okay.
with learning they need practice also, because
Mm-hmm.
every organization nowadays going through a technical tool test.
Okay.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
those tool test, those organization will provide you a drawings and you
Mm-hmm.
need to complete in the given time frame.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
So for that one, it's mandatory that
Mm-hmm.
you are hands-on the software, in which
Mm-hmm.
whatever skills you want to develop as an engineer, as a
Mm-hmm.
design engineer. And normally nowadays it's little bit challenging, because
Mm-hmm.
once you started your career as a site engineer,
Mm-hmm.
so normally the big companies are hesitating to the individuals to take as a design engineer. Okay,
Okay.
so we'll suggest that they can just work first on the design projects in their own organization. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
even if they are not get uh, paid for those projects, then
Got it.
also
Yeah.
they just want to spend the time at least 6 months, 8 months if they are working on the live projects. That
Mm-hmm.
then they would be very much skillful with those
Mm-hmm.
softwares, and they can easily crack those you can say test and tool tests with the
Okay.
organizations. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really great insight. Very clear. So, all right. Now that you have mentioned, you've actually answered my next question as well in this one. What kind of skills do you look for in a prospective candidate? So you have mentioned it in a very clear way. But let me just go over the non-technical part. So
Mhm.
let's say the technicalities are done. They have completely cleared the test that you mentioned. Now what? So what would be the next
then,
step?
then there would be a, you can say, technical discussion round would be there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be not much related with the technical questions. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
mainly every organization want to know about the individual. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
about their way of thinking. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
way of presenting himself, the
Mm-hmm.
attitude of the individual. Okay, you
Mm-hmm.
can say, suppose we have given a technical question. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you have partly you have answered it. Okay, partly,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm.
you were not sure, so you are ready to recognize that one or not. That key, you don't know this thing, but yeah, you are
Okay.
ready to learn. Okay, so
Okay.
learning
Mm-hmm.
aptitude, we are very much interested, or any
Mm-hmm.
organization. If we, I
Okay.
can say from the last 15, 16 years, I have
Okay.
been the part of the several technical interviews. Okay, I have
Yeah.
seen it. So main the individual wants that, or any team leader want to
Uh-huh.
see that if I am assigning any task, okay,
Mm-hmm.
how efficiently this person can work, and suppose if he is lacking on the few part, okay, how
Mm-hmm.
eager he is in the learning those skills. Okay,
Okay.
if you are
Mm-hmm.
because uh, when we are handling the recruitment, never we get 100% fit individuals. Okay,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
organizations are ready to take the individual who are 60 or 70% capable, but they require to be a good learning aptitude. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they need to be sure, they need
Mm-hmm.
to be, you can say, good presenter. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
we required an individual who just want to take the challenges. Okay,
Okay.
and
Mm-hmm.
if anyone is having these skills, so organizations are very much interested to take those individuals.
All right. Again, that's a very helpful insight. So now let's move on to the next question. Hmm. I mean, this is not very much kind of related to what you have experienced firsthand,
Mhm,
but still, let me ask this one. In
mhm.
your opinion, what do you think? I mean, which one is more challenging? I mean, working on the site or as a design engineer?
Uh, Both have their own challenges. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
site has different challenges. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and design has different challenges. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
uh, starting work at the site is really quite easy to starting your
Mm-hmm.
career
Yeah.
on the site as an engineer,
Uh-huh.
because
Uh-huh.
you know the basics. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and you are
Yes.
working in the supervision of one team leader, or normally if I compare with the highway projects, then there would be a resident engineer
Uh-huh.
highways, then
Yes.
senior engineer highways, then there would be assistant engineer highway, and you are working as a project engineer. So you
Yes.
just need to follow the guidelines. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
look about the quantity, quality, or all the parameters are already fixed. You just need to check that if this much of bitumen is getting used on the project site or not, this much or concreting is going or not. If the
Mm-hmm.
concreting they are doing, they are going through the quality checks or not. So
Mm-hmm.
starting the career at the site is easy. Okay, if you compare with the design, uh,
Mm-hmm.
i- i- you might be aware with the software. Just
Yes.
take an example of the civil 3D. But
Yeah.
how that organization is using that civil 3D in their project, okay, it would be different from the organization to
Mm-hmm.
organization. that organization in which you are going to join, how they are using that software.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
At which level they are using. Okay. But they have their other software associated with that one. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What the project management tools they are using, or what
Mm-hmm.
the filing systems they are using. These
Mm-hmm.
things you need to be learned while
Mm-hmm.
working with those organization design firms. So uh,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be facing more challenges on the site. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When you will be becoming old. Okay. But
Mm-hmm.
you will be getting more comfort when you are working in the design firm. Okay. In
Okay.
the long run, if
Yeah.
you have spent 7 8 years with a design firm, then things
Mm-hmm.
would be quite on your tips. Okay. You are
Mm-hmm.
totally in the part of the system. Okay. You know
Mm-hmm.
all the protocol of the organization, so delivering of the projects would be much easier. And in the long
Mm-hmm.
run, life of design engineers are, you can say, quite easy. I can't say
Mm-hmm.
that it would be bed of roses, but yeah,
Yes.
compare with the project engineers and the site engineers, the life of
Mm-hmm.
the design engineers are easy. And
Yeah.
they are getting you can say good hikes. Okay.
Yeah.
Better opportunity. And whenever you see the leaders of the organization who are leading
Mm-hmm.
the engineering consulting firm, they almost 80 90% are from the design background.
Okay, got it. So, all right. So this actually brings me to the next question. I have seen people who have diplomas in
Mhm.
their engineering, moving up the ladder and taking the leadership roles, and then there are individuals who are, I mean, who are graduate engineers, and it's still they are not making it to the top. So, what makes some people go to the top and some just don't make it? So, what are the skills and traits?
Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
have seen
Mm-hmm.
many individual who has started their career from the after diploma. They have did very well in the drafting in their
Mm-hmm.
initial years. Then they have taken a BTech course. They have completed their BTech. Even after that, they have completed their MTech, and in the same organization where they have joined as a draftsman or a technician, now they are working as an engineer, and many has
Mm-hmm.
upgraded to the senior engineers. Okay.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
it matters. Yeah. Your qualification definitely matters, but it's really matter is your attitude and how devoted are you with your profession. Okay. And how
Mm-hmm.
much you are ready to take the challenges. Okay.
Okay.
So coming on your next part of your question, that many people has completed their BTech, but they are not getting a good start. Okay.
Mhm,
The main reason why they are not getting the good start, they those individuals are, you can say, almost 70 80% what I have seen, their
mhm.
basics are not good. Okay.
Okay.
Their
Mhm.
fundamental of engineerings are not good. Suppose
Okay.
we are taking an interview for a graduate engineers. We will not
Mhm.
ask them to draw a highway. Okay. We will not
Okay.
ask them you can say very tricky questions, but we will
Yeah.
ask them that what the basics they have learned in their engineering.
Engineering.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are the fundamentals of engineering? Okay.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
we will just give them small problems. Okay. Where
Okay.
they just need to use their engineering brain.
Okay.
Okay. So basics and fundamentals should be good. Okay. If
Okay.
those individuals where their basic engineering, basic fundamentals, and the communication, these three are good, then
Mhm.
you can say almost all the companies are ready to take those individuals.
Okay. So to summarize this, I would say that if you have the learning aptitude and if you are willing to learn and upskill yourself, then definitely you are going for the stars. Otherwise, you'll be stuck there.
Yeah, yeah. Whatever your qualification, you have a BTech or even you are in the masters also.
Yeah.
Okay. If you have not your basics are not good. Okay. You
Mhm.
you are not compiled with your
Yeah.
market. Okay, in
Yeah.
which you are
Uh,
coming. Okay. So
mhm.
then it would be challenging for that individual.
Got it. All right. So let's now look at the next one. So now we are very much close to the end as well. So just a
Mm.
few more questions. Now, what about CV? So you have a CV. I mean, this is even before the candidate reaches the company for the interview. What are the things that you look for in a CV to ask them to just come over for the interview? And what made you? I mean, what makes you reject those CVs?
Mhm. Yeah. So, JP, there are two, three basic things should be there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, CV should be crisp. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It would be not 4, 5, 6 pages. Ideal
Okay.
CV would be either 2 to 3 pages.
Okay.
Okay. It should
Yeah.
must be content everything, but it should
Mm-hmm.
be the length would be 2 to 3 pages. If you have experience less
Yeah.
than 10 years, if you have
Uh-huh.
more than 10 years, then also it should not reach more than 4 pages. Okay,
Okay. Got it. Mm-hmm.
uh, that thing. That then second thing, every individual should require to know that in which what is his domain. Okay.
Okay.
And what is his skill set, and in which
Mm-hmm.
area he is interested. Suppose uh, I'm just giving an example of simple diploma civil engineers. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
it's related with the CAD, and
Mm-hmm.
what we see that
Mm-hmm.
many individual what they do, they just take their the CV of any senior person. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Suppose there is a technician with a 3 years of experience. He has taken a format of the individual of the 10 years. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he just changes the name of the organization, qualification, and his basic degree and the position.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not a correct way to
Okay.
prepare
Mm-hmm.
your CV.
Yeah.
There are different formats are available in the Google. Okay, just
Uh-huh.
choose your format. Okay, write it down by your own. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and then just take a help of any professional and
Mm-hmm.
or your senior who can just correct the things. Fine.
Okay.
Uh, in if I am just giving an example of diploma civil engineers. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
there would be 3 4 different domains would be there. Might
Mm-hmm.
be that individual wants to start their career in the architect. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
then those details should be there. Those details
Mm-hmm.
should be required. Okay, which
Mm-hmm.
is reflecting his career, reflecting his experience, and reflecting his expertise. If
Okay.
suppose that there is a diploma civil engineer. Okay, he has worked on the civil 3D softwares. He has
Mm-hmm.
designed highways, so he
Mm-hmm.
needs to be put the words related with the highways. Keywords were horizontal
Mm-hmm.
design, vertical design, geometric
Okay.
design. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cross sections. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
these things should be there in the CV. So it reflects that you have worked on the highway project, and
Okay.
there would be a basic formats which getting used in the many organizations who are working on the different national highway, state highway projects. So
Mm-hmm.
they can use that format. It's
Mm-hmm.
required in the starting name of the
Mm-hmm.
project. Okay,
Okay.
name of the project. Suppose if
Okay.
anyone worked on the design of the Varanasi Aurangabad 6 lane.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that
Mm-hmm.
name. Then duration of the projects. Like might
Okay.
be that project is running from the last 5 years, but you have worked
Okay.
in from the August 22 to September 24. That duration
Okay.
you need to be put. Main project, main features of that project. What was the
Okay.
that project features were there? It was 6 lane design project. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then after activities you have performed, what you have
Okay.
did, what you have did it. Okay,
Okay.
you have designed the junctions. Okay, you have
Mm-hmm.
designed the geometric design, horizontal design. Okay, just
Mm-hmm.
provide those details. Okay, and don't copy the same for the other projects. might
Okay.
might be the other project should be the coastal area project. Okay,
Yes.
then you just put the main project features of that project details
Okay.
and what activities you have performed. Basic
Okay.
thing any HR or any technical person wants to know that what activities you have performed on that project, what duration you have been on that project, and which softwares you have used.
Okay.
Okay,
Got it.
suppose
Mm-hmm.
if you have used civil 3D,
Mm-hmm.
Nova Point, okay, in
Mm-hmm.
roads, project wise,
Okay.
just mention those projects, name of those projects. What the challenge we face, suppose if we are taking a, interview of an individual where we required a beam and a tunnel exposure. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when we are taking, we have seen that there is written. Okay, beam,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and tunnel projects also mentioned. But you are saying that no, 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 I have not used beam on that tunnel project. Okay,
Okay.
I have used Tekla for that project.
Okay.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that is not a correct definition. Okay,
Okay.
correct information. If you have not used those projects, okay, those softwares on those projects, don't
Mm-hmm.
mention projects.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, uh,
Mm-hmm.
the minute time people what they do, they just put
Yeah.
the name of 6 or 7 different softwares. But
Okay.
you are in from the same industry, you know that key
Yes.
expertising would be either 2 to 3 softwares.
Exactly. Yes. It's
Okay,
not possible.
it's not
Yeah.
possible that anyone is
Yeah.
having very good exposure in civil 3D also, Revit also, microstation also,
Yes. Not
EFBM, and
possible.
project wise.
Mm-hmm.
If you have used, then you just rate yourself.
Okay.
Okay, you
Yeah.
just nowadays people are using the star method. Okay, if
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you are very much familiar with the civil 3D, just put 5 star. If you have used project wise, 3 star. If you know Tekla, okay,
Mm-hmm.
but don't use on the project, just put 1 star. So it gives a clarity that you have used
Okay.
these softwares, or rather you know these softwares.
Okay.
Okay,
All
so
right.
that information, that clarity should be required from the CV. So CV should be a maximum for the those individuals below 10 years, 2 to 3 pages. Those
Mm-hmm.
are having 10 plus, then it would be ideal would be 3 to 4 pages. Okay,
Okay.
all the qualifications should be written. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
qualifications should be with the passing years.
Okay.
What the people play, how someone has did a diploma civil
Okay.
and then BTech civil. Okay,
Okay.
and that diploma civil was in 2010. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and this BTech civil was in 22.
Okay.
They will not mention the
Oh, so
passing
this
years.
big
Okay,
gap. Okay.
passing years. But
Mm.
might be that organization has taken your first round of interview, that you have mentioned that you have completed the BTech civil, but post BTech you have only 2 years of experience. Okay,
Hmm.
so be transparent. Be mention
Yes.
your actual passing years. Okay, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
your basic details
Mm-hmm.
like your email address should be clear, your
Mm-hmm.
present location should be clear, your mobile numbers, and if it would be better if you provide your alternate number also
Mm-hmm.
in that one. And
Mm-hmm.
if you are a married or
Mm-hmm.
a single, that's it. Not more information required on the personal front. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to give your date of birth, it's your choice, but it's
Okay.
depend upon you. Normally organization don't ask for it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and that duration gap should be not there. Like if you have
Okay.
worked in the 4 organization, it's better
Mm-hmm.
that you just in the starting in the top of your CV just mention all those 4 organization, and the joining and the exit
Date.
dates. Yeah,
Okay.
so it will be provide a clear picture. And the basic, suppose if you want to put summary of your all the experience, then it would be good. Just provide that those details in the starting 3 4 lines. I am a diploma civil engineer with a 10 years of experience in the Tekla background, or
Mm-hmm.
Revit structures. Okay, your
Mm-hmm.
skill sets, and
Yeah.
in which domain you have worked. Like you worked in
Yeah.
the railway, or in the highways, or in the water, or in the drainage, or in the
Mm-hmm.
mechanical MEP field, mechanical, electrical, plumbing. So these basic details are required. Okay, so
Okay.
we get the clear picture. And nowadays you can say all the leading organization are using the ATS.
Okay.
So these should be must be written in the that way, that ATS recognize your CV. Okay,
Okay.
and they can see. So that's why I told you that name of those software should be clearly mentioned, which you have
Okay.
worked, and the you can say your area
Okay.
in which one, roads, highways, metro, water. So it will give you a scoring of your profile. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
it's
That's
80% matching, 60% matching, 30% matching. So that AI recognize the profiles.
Okay, that really makes. I mean, so many points. I mean, I could not even
Mm.
write everything down. So, but still, I mean, this is really insightful. All right, now let's go to the last question. Actually, um, here we have already discussed what they should include, what they should not include to avoid rejection. Now, this last question is actually about you and how you go for hiring candidates. So, is it on LinkedIn? Does it happen on Naukri.com, the job portal of India, or is it somewhere else?
I can say, as per my information of the industry, okay, in which I
Mm-hmm.
am working, eh, at present, no organization is depending upon the one source. Okay,
Okay. Yep.
so it means that organizations are using all the source.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
basic would be the Naukri.com. Okay,
Okay.
or the job portals.
Okay.
If I can say, it would be Naukri, Indeed, or there are several are there. Okay,
Yes.
then LinkedIn is a major player now, and
Yes.
career site of the organization.
Okay.
Okay. Either I can say for the WSP or for the Ramble, we provide equal weightage for our career website also. And nowadays, almost all the big firms are using the ATS, okay, applicant tracking system, in
Okay.
which when you are posting one positions there,
Mm-hmm.
it will be getting reflected on the
Okay.
LinkedIn, on the job
Okay.
portals, at least three, four major job portals, and
Okay.
on the career site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and their internal employee referral channels also.
Okay.
Okay, so at the same time that job advertisement would be get published on the 6 7 different places. Okay,
Okay.
and all the profiles are coming at the same basket, and
Mm-hmm.
those recruiters are reviewing those profiles. Okay, and they are just doing their screening, and
Mm-hmm.
then after they are just sending those relevant profiles to the technical team for the further review.
All right. So essentially, you are looking for as many reliable sources as you can get on like
Yeah.
job portals, the portal section, the job portal section of the website, as well as LinkedIn. Now, do you have any kind of weightage system like if someone is applying on your website, I mean the company's website, and someone has applied on LinkedIn, so
Mhm.
would you give more weightage to one over another?
No, it's not like a more weightage, but what we feel, if someone is applying through our career site, okay,
Hmm.
or through LinkedIn, then they have just gone through the JD, okay,
Okay, the
the
job
detailed
description.
JD, and
Yeah.
they have must visited our company website, that
Okay.
what we are working, what we are doing, and which kind of projects we are handling. So
Hmm.
naturally, you can say that it feels, it gives more confidence to us. Okay,
Okay.
when those individuals are applying through our career site and through LinkedIn.
Through
But it's
LinkedIn.
not like that. We are providing the equal weightage. Only we feel that those candidates are more informed about our organization.
All right. And yeah, before we sign it off, I want to add an AI touch to this. Nowadays, everyone is using AI. So is it also kind of very rampant, I would say, in HR? I mean, for HRs as well. I mean, do you kind of also shortlist the resumes, the applications using AI tools just
No,
to filter it out?
yeah, I told you, no, that those all profiles are coming in the one basket. Okay, suppose
Okay.
we are advertising it on the 7 8 different places, on the
Okay.
LinkedIn, on the 4 5 job portals, on the
Okay. Okay.
employee referrals, everything. So suppose we have got 200 resumes. Okay, so basic checks they will do.
Okay.
At present, AI is in starting stage,
Yes.
especially when you say for the ATS and all these things. So it's a
Hmm.
very early stage. So they just show the matches. Okay, like
Okay.
60% matches, 70% matches, but it's also in the very early stage. Many times we advertise for the highway design. Okay,
Hmm.
and if anyone is applying with the job title of the highway engineer, he has worked on the highway engineer, so it means that he has worked on the site, but
Okay.
AI say that it would be 70% match.
Okay. Okay, okay.
Okay.
Just because
Because
of the keyword used.
because the keyword we are using highway design engineer, and they have just
Yes.
chosen highway and engineer, so for them it's a 60% match.
Yes.
So
Okay.
it's you can say providing support to us. Okay, AI is helping us, but it's not that we can totally rely on the AI. You can
Uh-huh.
say at present it's very early stage. 15-20% help we are getting from the AI in the
Okay.
ATS, in the
Mm-hmm.
screening the profiles. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
still the maximum is on the manual intervention.
Okay, got it. So that was really an insightful take. I mean, I got so many things to write down here, which I'll do definitely after this. And thank you so much, Abhay. It has
Just
been really insightful. Yeah,
Just one
yeah,
thing. I just
yeah,
want to give a message to the
yeah,
engineering
yeah.
community and the engineers. So many times we advertise for the positions on the LinkedIn. Okay,
Yes.
like
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 different positions we are advertising. So what we expect from the candidate, like when they are applying, they just
Mm-hmm.
clearly mention the name of the positions. Okay,
Okay.
so suppose
Yeah.
if you're advertising for the senior planning engineer, okay,
Okay.
and project manager and the document controller and the highway design engineer, so those four are totally different. So
Mm-hmm.
many candidates, what they do, they just write in the mail, uh, CV for the suitable position.
Okay. Okay.
And it's a very tough task for us. Suppose if we get a 500 CVs, okay, and 200 are related with the document controller, so it would be easy for us if they just write in the mail subject CV for document
Okay.
controller, CV for the
Okay.
project, CV for the highway design engineers. Okay, those
Okay.
details we many times write it down on the our job advertisement, okay, or on
Okay.
the LinkedIn AdWords, but
Mm-hmm.
you can say 40-50% people are not following that, and it would be really a little challenging tasks for us to
Okay.
say
So
get all suitable profiles.
to
Yeah,
everyone listening this is kind of like a golden piece of advice from you, just to get to that HR filter. If you want to reach their inbox, this is what you need to do. So
yeah,
definitely a really great insight once again, Abhay. All right, so once again, Abhay, I really appreciate you taking the time for this session, and I know this is going to help a lot of people. And yeah, I'm looking forward to speaking with you again sometime in the future. So thank you so much,
yeah,
Abhay.
yeah. Thanks, JP, for just inviting me to your platform, and I will wish you all the success.
So, do you have a burning question related to your career? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to start learning the CAD and engineering software, then sign up for free and start with the free courses on SourceCAD. Link is in the description and also in the pinned comment. I'll see you in the next one.